What's up, guys? Today we are going to talk about what is a Suzuki Cappuccino.
This,
like, actually, it's this.
It's this.
Video over.
That's it. And credit roll. So this is a 1993 Suzuki Cappuccino. We did not get this in the United States. They were only sold in Japan and in Europe, the UK. So, you know, it's not that easy to get one here. Or it might be. I don't know. If you know people that import stuff, it was pretty easy for me. I was just like, hey man, how much do you get cappuccinos for? And he's like, you know, we have one on the next boat. And I'm like, oh, how many monies?
Right.
And then I scrambled really hard.
Yeah.
To get the money to buy the car.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked them out, check out JDM All Makes. We did a video on picking up the cappuccino
from them, yeah.
And it was a pretty seamless process for us. We also had a pretty good idea of how we were going to take care of it. So,
yeah.
You know, do your own research.
Yeah, very important.
But, yeah.
But some of you may not necessarily know what this car is. So, in Japan, there are a class of cars known as Kei Cars, and that's K-E-I, Kei Cars, that have to conform to very specific regulations within engine size, horsepower, and I can't remember again if it's weight or length. It's one of the two. But they need to meet these specifications. And a lot of Kei Cars in Japan are delivery trucks, delivery vans, you know, the Honda City, like little vans, really little stuff like that. So there weren't a lot of sports cars. In fact, there were 3, really. There's a Daihatsu, but no one really talks about that. But you had what's known as the ABC of Kei Cars. You had the Mazda AutoZam AZ1, AutoZam being A. You had the Honda Beat, and then you had the Suzuki Cappuccino. And they were the only, someone will correct me if I'm wrong, which is fine, but they were the only really like sports car Kei Cars. The AutoZam AZ1 is a relatively rare car. It's also the most expensive of the 3. But it does have the same Suzuki 3-cylinder turbocharged engine in the AZ1. However, it is mid-ship. Going doors, very cool. Also going for like $15,000 to $16,000 right now. Then you have the Honda Beat, which is Honda. It basically was always referred to as like a baby NSX because it is mid-engine, 3-cylinder, individual throttle body, which is pretty sick.
Freaking awesome.
There's a really fancy name for it, but like I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's a fancy name to equate out to individual throttle body.
Nice.
Again, very cool. The Beat is the easiest to get and usually about the cheapest. The middle ground is the Cappuccino. And I wanted this one.
So we're going to call this Goldilocks. That's her name.
Okay. Well, it's not. But that's fine. The Cappuccino was the middle ground for price, rarity, but also I really wanted this one because it's front engine, rear wheel drive. And I wanted to kind of keep that format going. I've been enjoying a lot of those cars, so I stuck with that. It is slightly different, and we'll look at here when I unlock it. Yep. If you don't know, to open the hood on these, you have to get in the passenger side, open the glove box, and pop that right up at the top in here. And that'll get the hood open for you. Now, while I did say this is a front engine rear wheel drive, it's actually just a hair different. It is a front mid-engine rear wheel drive car. So while the engine is in the front, everything about it is behind the front strut towers.
Right.
Which helps keep the weight centered towards the center of the car. And this car was actually designed by Suzuki to be perfectly balanced with 2 people in it, not with 1 person.
It makes sense when you have such a light car.
Well, see, the thing is
person.
They knew that if you had a Cappuccino, women would like you.
Stupid.
You'd be driving around with somewhere. I'm just being dumb. But, like I said, it is a front mid-engine, turbocharged 657cc 3-cylinder. So it's really tiny.
Oh, it's great.
It's very, very tiny. It's like the size of a shoebox.
No, seriously, the motor on the Panigale is a larger displacement.
Yeah, Yeah, no, the RC51,
Yeah.
bigger displacement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird when you say a Miata has a bigger displacement engine than,
Yeah.
and it's this. It
Yeah.
has a bigger engine displacement than this.
Yeah.
So the limitation for Kei Cars was 660 cc. Like I said, they came in right at 657. Horsepower restraints were 63 horsepower, which this has, but it's kind of funny. They're a little tricky about how they do their stuff. The 63 horsepower limitation was, you know, they just said 63 horsepower, and they're like, yeah, it has 63 horsepower to the wheels.
Nice.
So it actually has about 74 horsepower to the engine.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
There were little dumb ways to get around,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, little laws. You've ridden in it, and it doesn't feel slow.
No, actually surprisingly quick.
Yeah, for what it is.
For how little power it has.
Yeah. One thing I did find out, you'll notice this engine bay is definitely white. This car was not repainted. On the silver cars, Suzuki did the engine bay and the frame pieces and whatever all in white on silver cars.
Why is that?
I don't know, but it's silver primer basically. It's not.
Huh.
Yeah.
So they just didn't take the time to paint the bay.
Basically, and the trunk. If you open the trunk up, which we'll do in a minute here, you'll see that the bottom side of this is all white. These areas around the trunk are white. So this is original. It's just something Suzuki did.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah, they did not paint it. They just left it white. The red cars actually have red primer underneath them. Yeah. So Suzuki, it's what they did. But this is the smallest engine in the world.
Right.
Basically, you know. Like I said, it is turbocharged. If you want to try and squeeze a view, there is a teeny tiny little turbo right down here. It's hard to see, but it is there.
I can't even see
You
it.
can kind of make it out. If you look towards the back, you can kind of see where the exhaust connects through it. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We used to make fun of Albert's throttle body on his old Yaris for how tiny it was, but now I bought this, and you can tell the throttle body on this is maybe this big. About that.
It's like a Gatorade bottle.
Like a cap. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I have a vague amount of plans for this. You know, suspension stuff mostly. Maybe a smidge more power because it's too, I don't know, slow, but it's not.
I think it's great.
You know, it's kind of funny because at about 120 horsepower with this engine, the transmission blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the transmission is so small that it can't handle more than 120 horsepower. So if I had this around 100, I'd be pretty solid.
Even 90, dude.
No, I agree. But you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
It's very easy to get to about 100 horsepower on these. You just get, you know, better intercooler, slightly bigger turbo, or you can even up the boost on these to like 17 PSI.
Right.
And you'll make 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just my middle ground goal.
Trunk.
It's open. It's very little. Now, I did get the car with a fancy JDM triangle, which I can open this that easily. I'll have to, can you get that side?
Sweet.
I did get a fancy JDM triangle that's pretty much as big as the car.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to toss that under there. And like I said, in here you can see there's white. There's a little bit of silver, but mostly white.
Yeah.
On everything.
Interesting.
Weirdly, this car does have a spare. A very tiny little spare in there. And a little jack.
Speed rated to the max speed of the car.
So top speed is 93 miles an hour.
Yeah, then double.
Yeah.
Yeah. The spare tire can go half the top speed of the car.
But it did also come with these nice little Suzuki bags, which we will go over in another video.
Yep.
To put simply there for the top, because this top for this car has, you can have 4 different configurations for top from the factory on this car. So in plans for this thing, I am going to get a set of coilovers for it. There's a couple ladder bars, different little things underneath. They do sell a really nifty little roll cage by Quest, I believe. That actually comes up more on the driver's side, but then angles down because nobody cares about passengers.
So it clears the glass and everything?
Yeah, you can still put everything down. There is a surprisingly big aftermarket support for these, but a lot of it does have to.
Yeah, we saw some pictures.
Yeah.
When he was like, I'm gonna get a cappuccino, I was like, really? And then he sent me some pictures of modded cappuccinos. I was like, get that.
And like, there's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if in the long run I can make about 100 horsepower, handle really well, have some really cool little tiny wheels, I'm pretty set. So, those are the effective plans for this.
Hell yeah.
Since getting it, I have added a JDM Squash air freshener and a shift knob.
Tomei dog.
Tomei. It did come with the wheel and hub and a turbo timer already on it when we got it from.
Yes, we now have a
yeah,
Tomei shift knob in the Z, the FC, and this.
And I have one for the Miata as well. Can't get enough.
Recurring theme, man.
Recurring theme.
Tomei all day.
Tomei all day. Or ARC.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for what is a cappuccino, what is a Kei car. This is the newest addition to our fleet. If you guys haven't seen the other video where we pick it up, we will link that.
Yeah.
Check out JDM All Makes. They definitely facilitated a pretty smooth import for this.
A very easy one.
So it was it worked out well. Do your own research.
They
if
can
you're
get you
in
anything.
a state where it's difficult to import a vehicle.
Yeah.
We figured some things out.
Yep.
We're not gonna make any recommendations to you.
We're
but
still figuring some stuff out.
yeah, we need to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah.
But
like I said, they can import you anything. Just hit them up. It doesn't matter where you are in the US or in California, but they can ship you something wherever it needs to be. And if you're looking for a particular car, you can call them, let them know what you're looking for, and they can search for you as well.
Yep. Let us know what you guys thought of the video in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we appreciate you guys.